Hey everybody, it's time for Clank! It's Clank Digital! Oh my god. This beta has just been released to backers of the Clank Acquisitions Incorporated 2 Kickstarter. And so this is not an open beta. This is currently a closed beta. But I believe if you wishlist the game on Steam, you might get access that way. It's just a short beta anyway, maybe a couple weeks or something, I think they said. But I'm going to try it out here. So I'm going to see if I can get into a game. I love Clank. I'm going to create a game. Let's see if that works. Whoa. You open. Let's go. Let's just see if anybody joins this. So I've never played the base game of Clank before. I've played Clank Catacombs. That's the version I have, and I really love it. Really fun game, but I've never played base game. So this digital version of Clank is the base game. And so I'm familiar with the basic concept of Clank, which essentially is you are individual adventurers. So this is a competitive game. It's not a cooperative game. You're individual adventurers all going down into a dungeon. And your goal is to get in there, try to find valuables and treasure, and then get out with your life. And so it's a game based on victory points, where you're trying to collect things that are worth points as you go around through the dungeon. But the name of the game, Clank, comes in, where as you're going around moving through these corridors, you might, accidentally knock something over or step on something that makes a noise. And that's this clank you're making. And the more noise you make, the more clank you make, the more likely it is that you're going to get attacked by a dragon that lives in the dungeon and doesn't like people in there messing around. And so that's the basic concept of the game. And so you want to kind of go in as deep as you can and kind of take more and more risks to get more and more points, but not so much risk that you end up being killed before you can get out. Because if you don't get out, you don't get points. Or maybe there's a zone where you still get points. I'm not sure. Like I said, I played Clank Catacombs, which is the same concept, except that it's not a set map. You build the map with tiles as you go, whereas this base game is a set map. And it's a deck building game. So, you may know me for my Dune Imperium videos, which is a deck building game. This game is designed by the same game designer, Paul Dennen. And so it's another deck building game with another concept around it. And it's a fantastic... Everything's good, I think. All right, so we've got a couple people that have joined the game here. We'll see if we can get another one in. And just see how this goes. I have not played this digital version at all. I've just loaded it up here. And like I said, I haven't played the base version of the game, but I am familiar with the concept. So, each player has the same starting deck of 10 cards. And those cards are what you use to move through the dungeon. And they're also what give you, what's it called in this game? In Dune Imperium, it's called Persuasion. That's what you use to get new cards. In Clank, it's called Skill. You use your skill to get new cards. I am I'm currently traveling, so my setup is not the best here, but we're gonna try to make it work. Let's see if I gotta reach around my microphone to get at my keyboard here. Yeah. So let's see, what else can we say here? So, I think we start kind of at the top, and the idea is as you go deeper and deeper into the dungeon, Oh, there's, okay. We've got a game. We've got a game. Let's see how it goes here. Whoa, look at this dragon. It's your turn. Okay. So let's take a look at these cards here. So Burgle, this is like kind of the basic card in your deck that just gives you skill. So that lets you buy new cards. If you want to move, you need to use a card with a boot on it. So let me... Okay. Now in Clank, you basically just play all the cards from your hand and then just use them as you go. So it's kind of like you build up a pool of your movement points and your persuasion. Now this one here, Stumble, +1 Clank. So this is, I'm making noise in the dungeon. And what that means is I have to put a cube of my color into the bag. And that's what's going to attract the dragon. I'll try to explain that more as I go. Okay. How do I... Oh, look at this. Look at this animation. Okay, so that's one movement. There's movement number 2. Okay, this is interesting. So they've gone with like a different kind of approach here. All right, I've got no more movement points. So all I've got is 3 persuasion. Now this area is fairly small here. Wizard, what does this do? Worth 2 points for each secret tome you have. Okay, well that costs... that costs 6. The cost is the bottom right here. Okay, so I could get Dead Run. All right, I'm gonna get this Explore. It's kind of a basic card, but it's good. Okay, so over here, all right, so here's another player playing their cards. We can see 4 skill, 1 movement, no swords, no combat. Now the swords, they're used for killing these poor goblins. So there's always, basically there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 cards in what's called the dungeon row, basically like the Imperium row from Dune Imperium. Exact same concept, works works the same way, I think, in that I think cards get replaced immediately as soon as they're bought. All right, and then over here is basically the reserve cards, or like what's the supply in Dune Imperium. So here you've got your secret tome. You know, buy it for 7 skill and it's worth 7 points. Interestingly, I notice these cards are limited here in Clank Digital, where in Dune Imperium Digital, they decided to make those cards unlimited. I wonder if they'll change that. I hope they do in Dune. They should be limited, but anyway, you can see how many secret tomes there are, how many explorers there are. So Explorer is kind of a basic, it's kind of like, maybe I should stop comparing to Dune Imperium, because maybe you're not a Dune Imperium player. But it's a basic card here, 3 persuasion, and it's going to give you 2 every time you use it along with the movement. So it's pretty handy. Mercenary here is going to give you a persuasion and 2 swords. It costs 2 skill rather, not persuasion. Okay, it's back to me. So let me just play my whole hand here. So I've got 4 persuasion and a clank. So no movement, no swords. What can I buy for 4? What's this? Shrine. Okay, so shrines are instant use things. It's a one-time use. You don't get to put it in your deck. Whoa. What's that dragon doing? Ladder is also an instant use. Now, here's the thing. If I want to move to here, I need 2 movement. 1 movement to get there and 1 because of these footsteps. I wonder if I should do that. You know what? Let's just do this to see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to activate this thing. That gives me 2 movement, and now I can go in here, and that's going to get me a minor secret. Okay, that's done. And I have 1 persuasion left. I might as well get this guy, I guess. Tunnel guide. Sure. All right. Oh, okay. The dragon is attacking now. So in the real game, you reach into a bag of cubes and you pull out colored cubes. Hold on. What happened? Did the dragon attack? I'm a little confused about what just happened. So the way that the dragon attacks is at the end of the round, I think is at the end of your turn, I think is when you replenish the cards in the row. So I don't think it happens immediately as you buy them. You wait till the end of the round, then you refill the row. And anytime that a card with a dragon icon on it pops up, the dragon will attack. And what that means is, like I said, there's this bag of wooden cubes of different colors. So each player has their own color of cube. But the bag starts with a bunch of black cubes in it. So what happens is when the dragon attacks, you're going to pull a certain number of cubes. Right here it's showing us it's going to be 2 cubes that are pulled. So you reach in, you pull out 2 cubes, and if it's a cube of your color, that's damage to you. And I'm trying to see where my health is. Basically, you have 10 health, and so if you take 10 damage, you die. So the more Clank you make, the more likely it is your cubes are going to come out of the bag. Black cubes don't hurt anybody. I believe this is showing us the current contents of the bag. I don't really understand what is going on with these cubes right here. Okay, I think this is what's called like the Clank area. So when you actually make Clank, so to speak, let me just do it. So I'm going to stumble twice. Okay, so my 2 cubes just went up here. So they're not in the bag yet. They're just going to be there, waiting until the dragon attacks. Then all the cubes go into the bag and cubes get pulled. All right, so where can I go? I have 2 movement. So I guess let me use that to go here. That's a major secret. That looks good. Let's see what that is. Okay, so that's just 7 victory points. Fine. I have 2 skill. What's this guy? Sneak. -2 Clank. Okay, let's do this. So this -2 Clank can pull your cubes out of this Clank area before they can be put into the bag. So that can be nice. Although, arrive. All players get 1 Clank. Okay, so some cards, when they show up in the dungeon row, they have an arrive ability. That they just do something when they show up. Now, I don't see it here on the card. Okay, there it is. It says arrive. All players get 1 Clank. So you can see we all have this Clank here. So what I want to do, what I hope that I can do is, okay, there's my deck. There's my discard pile. If I can draw this sneak while I have cubes just sitting in this Clank area, then I can take them out so that they won't end up in the bag. But once a dragon attacks, whatever is here goes in the bag, and that's that. So hopefully I can use that before a dragon attacks. And again, a dragon attacks whenever a card with that dragon icon is popped up in the dungeon row. What is this? Oh, an artifact. Okay. So, like I said, your goal in this game is to go around in this dungeon and collect points, and then you have to get out again. Okay, so I think that this top area in this castle is sort of like the safe area. So even if you die in this area, you'll still keep whatever points you've collected. But if you die in the depths, so anything below this line of grass, I guess. Oh no, a dragon's attacking. All the cubes are into the bag. Okay, let's see who gets nailed. That looks like a yellow. Oh, and a red one. Okay, so I have been hurt. Okay, I've been hurt, and Barrett has been hurt there. If you die below this line, you score 0. Okay, so you want to, but this is where all the good stuff is. So you got to get down here, collect points, and then try to get your way out before you die. But if you want to escape, if you want to get out of this castle altogether and be totally safe, that's going to get you bonus points if you can make it out. But in order to leave, you have to have an artifact in your possession. And so we can see here's an artifact worth 10, an artifact worth 20, an artifact worth 25, one worth 30. Here's one worth 7. You need at least one artifact in order to get out. Normally you can only carry one, but I think there are ways to get like a backpack that'll let you carry an extra one. Okay, so here, let's play all my cards. All right, so I've got a lot of skill, 6 skill in 1 movement. Okay, where can I move? Well, I can only move in here. The problem is there's this monster in the way, and I don't have a sword to fight it. I can still go through it, but I'm going to get hurt. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 damage to do that, but I am going to get this secret. So that dragon egg is worth 3 victory points. However, as you might imagine, stealing a dragon's egg pisses off the dragon, and so the dragon has been enraged. Now we're going to pull out 3 cubes every time the dragon attacks. All right, 6 skill. Well, here's something that costs 6. Here's a wizard worth 2 points for every secret tome you have, and it's 3 skill. That's pretty good. What's this singing sword? That's pretty good. Let me just get this wizard. It costs 6. Nice and easy. End turn. Okay, now you can see that because I didn't have any swords, I'm taking damage here. Ooh, dragon attack hits red. Okay. The other thing swords can do, beyond just helping you travel through these tunnels without taking damage, it takes 1 sword per tunnel monster to get past it if you don't want to get hurt. Also, what it can do is it can let you defeat these monsters that show up in the dungeon row, and they give you certain bonus effects. So if you defeat this crystal golem, that'll give you 3 skill to spend this turn. If you defeat this watcher, that'll give you 3 gold. And everyone else will get a clank. Okay. Gold. Basically, every gold is worth 1 victory point at the end of the game. But also, you can find markets where you can spend gold to get items. So I could, and you can see here the dungeon row is filling up with monsters because people haven't been buying mercenaries, which can give you swords. So, you can see that the previous player there picked up a couple of mercenaries. I should probably do that as well. Okay, so I do have my sneak here, which might let me get this clank out. There's 1 sword, which isn't enough. Well, it is enough to defeat this kobold. So the kobold, if I defeat it, it'll give me 1 skill. But also you can see that little cube with a plus on it in the left side of the card. That's called danger. You can see what it says up on the right there. While this card remains in the dungeon row, dragon attacks draw +1 cube. So getting that kobold out of there will reduce the danger of the dragon for everybody. Okay, somebody is all the way down here. Looks like maybe there was an undo or something there, because, okay, if you go in here, you'd have to take a damage from this monster, but you can pick up a monkey idol, which is worth 5 points. Cards also are worth points. Like, for example, this secret tome, you can see the green number on the top right. That's how many points that card is worth. None of these other cards have that. In my deck, this tunnel guide is worth 1 point. Okay, my turn. So let me just play my hand. Now this potion, that's a minor heal potion that can heal me 1 health. I can use that on my turn. There's no real reason to use it yet. I still have a lot of life yet, so I'll just hang on to it for now. Okay, 2 movement, 1 sword, 4 skill. All right, and now here, this is locked. So you actually can't go through here unless you have a master key, which I think is something you can buy from the market. I don't know. I think this room is just kind of empty. But if I can use 1 movement here and another movement here. So let's go through here. I'll use my sword to defeat that little tunnel monster so I don't have to take any damage. Wait a minute, what? Hold on. Okay, I've got to click the monster to do that. Okay. Thank you, undo function. All right, and now there's nothing in this room, but there's a minor secret over here, so let's go get that. Okay, so that's a 2 skill secret. I can use that. I guess it's just automatically used right now. Okay. Is there like a way I can zoom in on this dungeon row? Okay, that's a little better. I have 6. I think maybe I just need to pick up 3 mercenaries. I could also heal for 2. Let's do... Okay, that's 1. That's 2. And I'm going to heal 1. Okay, end turn. I'm playing this just with my laptop monitor right now, so it's like a little small for me. Even when I do this, I would kind of like to be able to zoom in. I guess I have to mouse over them. That pickaxe is kind of nice. I wonder if I should have just gotten 3 mercenaries rather than healing myself 1. I don't know. So there is an artifact here. Why did he just get 2 gold? Okay, so there was another minor secret in that room with me, and that was worth 2 gold. I currently have no gold. I did not choose this avatar. That's just what it defaulted to. Barrett here has 9 skill. So he could get a secret tome. Decides not to. Which is understandable. I mean, secret tomes are good because they're worth 7 victory points. But they are dead cards. They don't do anything for you once they're in your deck. They just get in your way. Okay, a dragon attacks, and the good news is I had no Clank, so I don't mind that. But I'm still gonna get hit. All right. Animated door. Defeat the door to get movement. Okay. But yeah, so this is a 7-point artifact here. So I could theoretically on my next turn pick up that artifact, and then I would be eligible to escape the dungeon. Because again, you need to have an artifact if you want to get out. But it's only 7 points. You can only carry one artifact unless you get a hold of a backpack somehow. Here's another dragon attack. Okay, looks like I came out unscathed on that one. So part of the game is kind of deciding, you know, what do I do? Do I just get a cheap artifact and then make my way out? Or do I go as deep as I can and try to get, you know, a nice expensive one? Looks like that's what the green player is doing. And here's the other thing is, once, let's say I escape the dungeon. Well, what happens when it comes to my turn? Do I just not have a turn anymore? Do I just wait for the other players? Kind of, but no. So if I've escaped the dungeon, then yeah, I don't play any more cards. But when it comes around to my turn, the dragon attacks. So instead of me having a turn, it's going to be a dragon attack. And so as players escape, it becomes more and more dangerous for everyone who's left because the dragon's going to be attacking a lot more often. And the same thing goes for players who have been what's called knocked out or killed, is when it comes down to your turn, the dragon's going to attack. So the game kind of starts ramping up at a certain point in time. And so you have to try to decide, when should I try to make my way out before that happens? All right, 4 skill, 3 movement, no swords. Do I just pick up some more mercenaries? I guess so. Okay, 3 movement now. Where do I want to go? What is this? Is this like a teleporter or something? Secret tunnel. Huh. So you need a key to get through there. A market lets you buy stuff, but I have no money. I don't know. Let me go down here. I guess the tunnel comes out here. All right, let me go into this crystal cave. Okay, so there's a potion. I can use that to get 2 swords. I don't have to use it now, but I can. Now, I have a movement left, but the problem is once you enter crystal caves, you can't use your movement anymore. Okay, so if I defeat this guy, I get 3 gold. That's pretty good. All right. I've got some gold now. What's been revealed? Treasure map. 5 gold every time you play it. Pretty nice. So I'm going to start drawing swords pretty soon. The funny thing is, by the time I start drawing them, you know, these monsters might be gone because it's kind of everyone didn't buy swords. The monsters built up. Everyone started buying swords. The monsters are starting to be, you know, cleared out. But there is always the goblin you can defeat for 2 swords to get a gold. So, you know, your swords never go to waste. At least even numbers of them don't. Okay, so if you can get to a market, okay, so you can buy these 3 different items in the market. All of them cost 7 gold. Now, I'm nowhere near. The backpack allows you to carry an additional artifact. So that's very handy. There are only 2 of those in the market. They're also worth 5 victory points. The crown is worth 10 victory points. The first one bought is worth 10. The second one bought is worth 9. The third one is worth 8, I believe. And then there are these master keys, which are worth points and allow you to move through locked gates. So I don't really know what I'm doing. As I said, I've never played this version of Clank before. The version I'm used to is Clank Catacombs, which doesn't have this map already laid out. You start in this room and it's just that. And then as you move to the next room, you flip over a random tile to see what that area is, and you go in there, and it's quite different in that sense. It's a bit more exploratory, I guess. Ooh. Okay. Couple of hits. I wonder if I should just take this 7 point and run. I don't know. Because where can I go from here? I can't go through here. I don't have the key. I'd have to go through this secret door or just move back. What do I get? Okay, well, if I go here, then I can pick up a monkey idol, potentially, if any are left. I could also potentially pick up this 15-point artifact, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And I believe it's worth 20 bonus points if you actually escape. Okay, I just looked at my camera. I can see the color of my webcam here is pretty brutal. Let me see if I can do something about that. Okay, that's a little bit that's a little bit better, but let's see. Can I do anything else here? Brighten it up a little bit. Should have done this earlier. Okay, it's probably my turn. Let's just stick with that for now. Play my cards. Okay, so I got -1 Clank. So if I make any Clank, that'll be taken into account. 1 movement. I guess I'll go through here. And that's that. 6 skill. Let's get this treasure map. I like that. Okay, done. Yeah, apologies for the crappy video quality here. I don't have a good camera at this time, as I am on the road. But I wanted to try to check out this Clank beta as soon as it came out, and put up a video as soon as I could. I would have liked to have live streamed it, but unfortunately my internet here is not good enough for that either. So we're just kind of doing what we can. So yeah, I think my goal is to go down here, pick up a monkey idol, maybe grab this 15-point artifact and just start making my way out. I don't know. The other thing is, when an artifact is picked up, I believe that also enrages the dragon, and so we would move to 4 cubes being pulled every time. Oh, these boots of swiftness are very nice, but they've been snagged. So those boots had an acquire ability. When you pick them up, you get a bonus movement. So that's one movement that the monkey bot here, Barrett, has gotten just from buying or acquiring that card. And yeah, you can see here that the cards don't replenish immediately as you buy them. It happens at the end of the turn. Okay, and a dragon did not attack. Red is really hoping that a dragon doesn't attack, I guess. Everybody's still fairly healthy, although Caspian here down to 5 health. Okay, so we can see I can kind of try to keep track of like the points everybody has by looking at their discard pile and their items. I do still have this health potion on me. The only reason I'm saving it is like there are other ways to potentially heal. For example, visiting one of these rooms down here would heal you over here. Possibly there are cards that will heal you as well. So I'm kind of hanging on to it in case I find some alternative way of healing. And so then I don't want to waste it. But when my life starts to get, low enough, then I'll start thinking about it. And the thing is, you have to do it on your turn. So you do have to think ahead a certain amount. Like, is the dragon going to attack a couple times before my next turn? Am I likely to get wiped out in that time? It can happen. But at 7 health, I'm still, it could happen in a couple of attacks. I mean, the dragon pulls 3 cubes with each attack right now. I have 7 cubes in the bag. Okay, here's a dragon attack. One of my cubes is going in, so I've got 8 cubes in the bag. What do we got? Red, black, yellow. Okay, I got hit once. All right, so somebody picked up a dragon egg that angered the dragon. We're now at 4 cubes on the rage track, so 4 cubes will be pulled. All right, let's activate all of this stuff. So I played a mercenary, a tunnel guide, sidestep, burgle, and stumble. And it gave me, so the stumble gave me 1 clank, and the rest of the stuff gave me 2 skill, 2 boots, 3 swords. All right, so 3 swords. I could use 1 to defeat this monster, but let's take a look at the options here. Watcher, get 3 gold. All other players get 1 clank. That sounds pretty fun, I gotta say. Fight this only in a crystal cave. Well, I could go into a crystal cave. But I want to get a monkey idol. So I'm going to defeat this Watcher. Let's give everybody else some clank. And I'm going to pay for it, though, because I'm going to go in here, and I used all my swords. So I'm going to have to take a damage to go in here. But I got a monkey idol, which is worth 5 victory points. I have 1 more movement, so let me go in here. I suppose... You know what? Let me pick this artifact up. Okay, and 2 persuasion. I guess I'll get this mercenary. Okay, so I have an artifact now. I'm now eligible to escape the dungeon. So I'm going to start making my way out. My health is down to 5. I can heal it up to 6. Hopefully I can get into this room and heal another one. And it's going to be sort of tricky to get out, right? Because this requires two boots to move along this path, or this way is a monster and 2 boots here. So it's 2 boots here, monster here, or monster here, 2 boots here. I think Barrett here is also trying to make his way out. He's picked up the 20-point artifact, so that's pretty good. Also just picked up a card worth 6 points. Like, I don't think I have a lot of points in my deck. I haven't gotten any secret tomes, which I really should, right? Because I have that wizard in my deck. Where is that guy? Worth 2 victory points for each secret tome you have. And by the way, I don't think I specifically said this, but the way victory points work is at the end of the game, when everyone has either escaped or died, everyone counts up their victory points, and the one with the highest points wins the game. This is my deck, so I'm definitely going to be drawing these 3 plus 2 more from my discard pile when that gets reshuffled. I've got a few points here. I don't know. I'd really... Okay, another artifact has been picked up. That has enraged the dragon. It's now going to be 5 cubes every time the dragon attacks. So it's pretty dangerous. Red has the most cubes in the bag at the moment. All right. 4 swords. But there are no monsters to get here anymore other than goblins. Okay, where am I? I have 1 movement. Well, we'll just move. Okay, I think I might as well use this potion now. And with my 4 swords, all I can do is defeat 2 goblins. Which gets me 1 gold each. And again, gold is worth... each gold is worth 1 point at the end of the game. Okay, now 5 skill. What's this? The Duke. Worth 1 for every 5 gold you have. Okay. He doesn't provide movement, though, and movement is kind of what I want. I think I'm trying to get my way out of here, right? What's this? Worth 4 if you have 2 of the following: Chalice, Dragon Egg, and Monkey Eye. Well, I have that. So let me... Ooh, teleport to an adjacent room would also be quite good. But let me do this. That just seems like it makes sense. Okay, and I've got 1 skill that I don't get to use. So teleport to an adjacent room is a very powerful ability, because what it means is, so adjacent means connected by a little path, but it means that you can ignore any of the requirements. So, you know, 2 boots or monsters or locked, doesn't matter. You can just get in there. It also will let you get out of a crystal cave. So like I said, once you enter a crystal cave, you can't use any more of your boots, but you can teleport out, which can be nice. However, you still can't use your boots. So let's say I have 4 boots, like where am I right now? Am I in here? No, I'm here. Okay, let's say I was this red guy, and I had 4 boots. Okay, so I used 2 of them to move into the crystal cave, but I can't use the other 2. I have a card that lets me teleport to an adjacent room. Okay, I still have 2 boots, but I still can't use them because I I've entered that crystal cave. It looks like these two also have the idea of getting out. Do we have anybody deep into the dungeon right now? Oh, yeah. Okay. So the non-profit 25 has picked up the 25-point artifact. The question is going to be, can he get out alive, or at least into this area where points will be scored, even if he can't make it out? Does he have anything else worth points? Just the master key. Okay, reasonable amount of points there. 20 there. Okay, so I think I'm doing all right in terms of the points for the items, but the question is, I don't really have cards that are worth points. I really need to get some secret tomes, because they're worth 7. They're worth basically 9 points each for me because there's 7. But that wizard I have adds 2 more points for each secret tome. Okay. Well, I'm going to get 5 gold, which is 5 victory points. Only 1 movement. I do have 2 swords. What's this? Oh, wow. I do have 2 swords, so I could use that on a goblin, or I could use it to get through this, which is what I'm going to do. I don't want to take another damage right now. With my 4 persuasion, what are my options? Teleport to an adjacent room. I think that's going to be the one. It's also worth a single victory point. Draw a card if you have a monkey idol plus 2 persuasion. That's pretty nice also. Draw a card and 4 persuasion. That could help me get a secret tome. Okay, I'm going to do that one. And I have 2 left. I don't want another mercenary. I may regret not getting that teleport. We'll see. Okay, the good news is I do have 2 movements, so that'll get me into the crystal cave. The nightmare scenario here would be if I were only drawing like 1 boot in a hand a few turns in a row, I would be stuck. So I do have the 2 movement. Gonna get some more gold. I have a few persuasion. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get a secret tome. But the gold, I mean, the gold is worth points as well. I never made it to a market, unfortunately, and I'm not going to anymore. Ooh, there's a secret tome for Barrett. Okay. Non-profit is way down here. He's healed up. Wait a minute. Heal 1 damage. How's he all the way up to 10? Dragon attacks. Look at all these red cubes going into the bag. This is quite scary for Barrett. I get hit one. Barrett gets hit a few. But he's almost out. So he should be all right. All right. What's this? 5 gold. Okay. Well, I have 2 movement. That's going to get me into the crystal cave. And now I've got 3 persuasion and 4 swords. Okay, this I can only defeat while I'm in a crystal cave. It'll give me 3 skill. Unfortunately, it's just 1 short of what I want, which is 7. So I think I'm better off just beating this ogre. And then picking up an explore here to help me get out and, you know, add some persuasion. I mean, skill. Persuasion is what it's called in Dune Imperium, which I play a lot of. Oh, red is taking a beating here. 1 health left. Can red get out? Oh, boy. Okay, well, there's 3 boots. It looks like that's going to be enough. 1, 2, 3, right? Now, I only have 2 movement. That's not enough to get out. Oof, and the secret tome. Okay, it's looking pretty good for Barrett. 1 movement. 2 movement. 3 movement. Okay. So those red cubes don't do anything anymore. Oof. Just made it. What is this about? 4 turns remaining. What? Okay, so this might be something that happens in the base game that doesn't happen in Catacombs. I'm not sure if this says 4 turns remaining. Does that mean that after 4 turns, everyone just dies? I don't know. So I'm pretty sure Barrett is the front runner to win this game. Because making it out alive is also worth 20 points. Here's this mastery token. Yeah, getting out is worth 20. Oh no, another player has escaped. Okay, this is bad. I don't know if I'm going to make it out. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Well, I have 2 movements, so let's go here. And here. I'm close, but I'm 1 short. 1 short. Can I get movement somehow? Is there anything that will give me movement when I acquire it? No. That's a sword. I don't have enough. That'll give me 4 and Clank. Okay. So I have 4 persuasion, 4 swords. Adding Clank is probably worth the risk. I think it's worth the risk. I'm going to take that chance. We'll take another gold there. And I guess I'll take this search. So I did not succeed in getting any secret tomes. I just have to really hope that I don't get killed. Ah! Oh, no. Oh my god. Well, maybe it wasn't worth the risk of adding that one Clank. Okay, so I got KO'd, which means I cannot escape anymore. So I'm not going to get the 20 bonus points for escaping. I'll keep whatever points I did collect. So maybe I would have survived if I hadn't gotten that one extra Clank, but maybe I wouldn't have. It's hard to say. But I took the risk because I felt like I was behind on points, and my only hope was to try to get as many points as I possibly could, even if it was risky. And one Clank I feel like was worth the risk, but you know, maybe not. Maybe I really needed that 20. But regardless, that's the way this game works. Is it's about kind of pushing your luck, taking your chances. What kind of risk am I willing to accept to have a higher chance of getting points versus maybe dying or getting KO'd? So the non-profit here is the only player left. 2 escaped. Why is there only 1 showing up here? It's kind of weird. I got KO'd. Green escaped. Right? So I'm not sure why it's not showing green up here too. It's a little strange. So the question is just, can blue get out when the dragon is attacking like 3 times for every turn he takes? It's going to be pretty tough. 2 movement. That's going to get him 1 square forward. He can't go through here because this requires a movement as well. So it takes 2 movements to get through that path. So it's a rough road here for him. Okay. Well, so here's the decision he's making now. Maybe saying, I don't think I'm going to get out, so I might as well get some extra points by taking myself slightly further from the exit. So this is 3 dangers. So it's like, look at all of the cubes coming out. And he only gets hit once? What does this skull mean? I'm confused. I think that yeah, the way that things work in Clank, catacombs must be different here, because it seems like the dragon is only attacking once, but with extra cubes. But yeah, I don't know what this skull thing means. Wow, no movement. Okay. Okay, the dragon's attacking now because there was a card that showed up with a dragon attack. That's not good. Oh, KO'd, but rescued. Okay, so now we see the points. Okay, I kind of like the way they're doing this bit by bit. Okay. So had I escaped, it would have been actually closer than I thought. But I didn't escape. And, I still would have lost anyway, but I thought I was a bit further behind. But in a way, it sort of validates what I was thinking, which is I need every point I can get. So there you go. First game of Clank Digital. That was interesting. Yeah. It's interesting for me to learn how the base game works. There's some things I'm a little confused about, like that little track at the end with the dragon, 4 turns, 3 turns, that little skull. I don't know what that does. Does that just kill everybody? I don't know. But anyway, that's cool. I'm gonna leave this here. So there it is. If you're curious about Clank Digital, that's what it looks like at the moment. Like I said, this is a beta version, so some things might change, but I would expect that it's basically going to be that. I wouldn't expect any drastic overhauls of the UI or anything. Some things might change, but probably not too much. Just based on my experience with the Dune Imperium digital beta or early access compared to what it ended up being, not a lot changed. There were lots of little tweaks and little improvements, but nothing major. All right. Well, that is going to be it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you're interested in trying this out. If you've played Clank, which version do you like the best? There are a lot of different versions of Clank. There's the base game. There's expansions for the base game. There's Clank Legacy, which is sort of like a campaign version where you actually make permanent changes to the map and to the cards in your deck. There is Clank Catacombs, which is the version that I have, which I really like. And up till now, it's the only version I had played. All right. Well, subscribe if you like the channel, like if you like the video, let me know in the comments what you thought, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.